Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 2020 romantic drama movie titled Holidate. Fed up with being single on holidays, two strangers agree to be each other's platonic plus ones all year long, only to catch real feelings along the way. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? Solon Benson is a young woman from Chicago who despises the holidays because of her family's judgment of her for being single. Elaine, her mother, is constantly trying to set her up with a new man after she recently broke up with her boyfriend. York, Solon's younger brother, gets engaged to his 3-month-old girlfriend, much to Solon's chagrin. Liz and Solon are now the family's only single members. Meanwhile, in Evanston, Illinois, Jackson, a young Australian golfer, is stuck spending the holidays with a woman he has no intention of dating seriously and her family. His date becomes angry with him late at night for not getting her a Christmas present, and he leaves frustrated. When they are both returning gifts they received after Christmas, they happen to cross paths. After Sloane tells him about her Aunt Susan, who always brings a new date to every holiday get-together, which she refers to as a holiday. Jackson suggests that they both pretend to be each other in order to avoid attachments and pity from Sloane's family. Despite her reservations, she accepts Jackson's invitation and the two spend New Year's Eve together. Sloane declines Jackson's suggestion that they see each other on Valentine's Day, believing that the two could find genuine dates by then. However, while shopping on Valentine's Day, Sloane runs into her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend, and Jackson, who happens to be passing by, pretends to be her boyfriend, and the two leave together. They agree that it is safer for them to be each other's holidays from now on in order to avoid any further trouble and to remain platonic. After celebrating St. Patrick's Day and Easter with Sloane's family, the two become genuine friends over time. They end up getting drunk and having intimacy on Cigar Mayo, even if they have no recollection of what happened the next morning. While Jackson appears unconcerned about whether they did or not, Sloane categorically denies it. They go about their daily lives as if nothing has happened. Sloane takes Jackson to lunch with her mother for Mother's Day, and when her mother suggests that the two of them might develop into a real couple, they chuckle. By July 4th, Jackson had grown close to Sloane's family and was good friends with her brother York. Jackson blows part of his finger off while setting off firecrackers, and Sloane is forced to drive him to the hospital to have it reattached. At the hospital, they get high and run into Farouk, a doctor who Sloane's mother is attempting to set her up with. Jackson becomes visibly envious when she flirts with Farouk. They return to Jackson's house, where they accidentally touch hands and have an attraction to each other. When he and Sloane become too serious, Jackson breaks down and decides to find a new holiday. On the advice of his friend Neil, Sloane tells her sister Abby about the incident, and she advises her to call him and accompany him to York's wedding. Sloane reluctantly agrees to Jackson's suggestion that they bring separate dates to the wedding. Moshi invites Farouk to her brother's wedding as her date. He and her Aunt Susan attend the wedding. However, their dates develop feelings for one another. While at the wedding, the two decide to resume their Halloween vacation. Abby kisses Jackson's friend Neil while they are at a Halloween costume party together, despite the fact that she's married. Sloane and Jackson also cross paths with her ex-boyfriend and his pregnant girlfriend. Sloane becomes agitated, and her sister gives her a drink laced with what she believes are antacids, which makes her sick and forces her to leave. Jackson returns her to his home and looks after her until they both fall asleep and have intimacy. The next morning, Sloane is clearly shaken by the experience, believing they made a mistake. When Sloane's sister shows up, freaked out and kissing Neil, he uses it as an excuse to push Jackson out, much to his chagrin. When Thanksgiving arrives, Jackson appears and he and Sloane go to Sprouts to purchase dinner items. While he's there, he tries to talk about what happened, but Sloane refuses. She reminds him that he told her he wasn't attracted to her when they first met. He admits that he lied in order to persuade her to accept his holiday offer, but she refuses to accept his apology. Jackson storms out, enraged. Wally has a heart attack later in the day, and Susan takes him to the hospital with Sloane, where they run into Farouk again. Susan confesses her feelings for Farouk after Sloane encourages her to try to find true love again, and the two kiss and become a couple. Sloane pays a visit to Jackson's house in the days leading up to Christmas, but she remains hesitant to speak with him. When she went shopping with her sister-in-law and nieces at the mall, they notice him walking by and encourage Sloane to chase him down. The mall choir assists her in gaining his attention by providing her with a microphone. She confesses her love for Jackson in front of hundreds of people, and the two embrace. All of the couples are still together in the end credits. From the beginning of the film, Molly and Sloane's mother, as well as Neil and Carly, Jackson's date, begin dating. And this is where the movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it, as always until next time.